Hey, how is everyone today? Got a few in the chat here. Gary Brandt here, was Arizona Drone Dude, Tim Jackson. We've got Matty's Drone World. How are you? How's things going today? Good to see everyone in the chat. Really pissed off, to be honest. All week it's been raining and it's been a pain in the butt. But, today, sunshine, nothing but sunshine and no wind. And I've got to go to work. So I've got so many places I want to go flying. I've really had a good look around and I haven't been able to go there, but, typical. And then I look at the extended forecast. And next week when I got my days off, guess what? Oh, it's going to be raining. Why wouldn't it? My God. I'm going to get some more footage of the inside of my house and just post them as videos, I think. Look, I've got a heap of bloody footage to go through too. I've got so many terabytes worth of footage that I should go through and, I don't know, make another video out. But I haven't had time to do that either. But anyway, you don't have to shovel rain. Yeah, I know, man. I know. That snow's shocking. That snow's. I mean, what's his name? Michael Everett, Night Train. He said last week that he's finished mowing his lawn for the year, but he'll be shoveling snow for the next 3-4 months. You know, my God. It takes it out of you too. My God, I'd get one of those petrol ones. Buggy using a shovel. I couldn't be bothered with it. But anyway, we're in the green room here. I'm going to be nice. Hello, Justin.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, everybody in the chat.
Look, I thought I was driving last night. I was heading up north and, it's about a 2-hour drive or something. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, what can I say about Justin tomorrow? And I've come up with a really good one, but I don't know. I'll save it. I'll save it for when I'm drunk. Not that I do that very often, anyway. But yes, as some of you would have seen during the week too, boredom set in, and I actually opened up my Flight Simulator 2020 and checked that out. And it look, it'd been that long since I started it up. I had a massive download to do, so it took like 6 hours to download this update. And anyway, but it was good to get back into it again. And I thought, and I went on to a live stream with Eden Valley Drones, and I checked it out, and I ended up on his live stream with him flying right next to him, which was the best thing ever. It was really cool, and we were on OBS, not OBS. What do they call that one? What's that bloody chat program?
Talking about, shit, I'm having a mind blank.
So am I.
Discord, yes. I was just talking about it today with somebody.
Bloody Discord. That's how often I use it. Anyway, so I hooked up with his Discord too, and I don't know how he did it. I mean, it probably easy as all shit, but it's all combined into Flight Simulator because it tells you when you open Discord that the person who's joining is playing Flight Simulator. So anyway,
well, it's a good way to control private servers for games too. Like a lot of the huge gaming channels, they all use Discord.
Yeah, that's unreal. That's unreal. Like my channel is huge, you know.
But you could actually get into you'd like the Flight Simulator. There's actually a lot of private servers out there where you can role play with people, and they have people running the airports and everything.
Actually, there's some really funny ones. I don't know if you've ever seen those videos.
The ones where they're at they're in the control tower talking shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Laugh my guts out. It's funny as. It melted. I got the snowblower out of the barn all ready to go. Yeah, right. Oh my God. Tim Jackson, Drone Views Media.
What's up, Jim's droning?
Jim's droning. How are you, mate?
But Flight Simulator is so far more advanced than it was 10 years ago. It seemed like it kind of fell off for a while. People weren't really into it, but this last one they made, I've seen a lot of people playing it.
They have, it's pretty spectacular, the scenery and what have you. There's another simulator program which people are really into, and it's a PlayStation Xbox type rivalry. I forget what it's called now. Oh my god! Anyway, that's apparently pretty good too. But anyway, look, I've had flight sim on my computer since about '95. You know, I've always had a flight sim somewhere along the line. And then this one was just, and because I got the system to run it, so I thought, bugger it, just get it. So I did. And Jones AC3, your mic is low.
I turned it up a little bit. What's up, Matt? Well, how many gigs was the game to download? Because I would imagine it's massive to have the entire world's mapped out.
Well,
like
it's actually, you've got to be connected to the internet, and what it actually does is it more or less live streams from their server.
that.
So you're not actually downloading all of that shit. Right?
I would imagine that game would be a couple hundred gigs worth of memory. Like it'd be insanely huge. That's probably why they don't have you download it.
Yeah, you'd be here forever, mate. And of course, nothing comes on disk anymore, so you can't install from a disk. It's all bloody online shit now.
Mm-hmm.
I used to use ICQ as well, mate. I met a couple of. Oh, dude, yeah, I used to have a bit of fun on that. But anyway, that's another story. That was the Tinder of the day. It was. You can check. You used to catch up with all sorts of people. And actually, a girl, I think. Let me think. I think it was ICQ. Anyway, I started chatting to this girl in Sydney. Now I was in Adelaide, and she was like 16 at the time or something like that. And I was 17. No, I was a little bit older than that. But anyway, we were chatting, and we chatted for years and years and years. Absolutely years. I'm actually really good friends with her. And she used to live in Brisbane here again. And we used to go to dinner. She pops into the chat every now and again. And she's always moved around and done stuff. She went over to Canada and she came back. And then I was going to Canada and she was telling me all about it. And, oh, man, and we become really good friends. So much to the point of we used to go out every Friday or Saturday. We spend the weekend, and she'd nick off and go back to her place, and we used to have a lot of fun. And then she moved over to bloody Perth. Haven't seen her for a while, but she'll be popping up here again, no doubt. I chatted with a chick on ICQ and then found out she was my teacher in high school.
That's kind of hot, Tim. I ain't gonna lie. That's every boy's fantasy.
Fucking Justin, we had one with our French teacher, right? Miss George, right? She had this little accent going on, right? And she was the hottest thing since sliced bread. We had all these 14, 15-year-old boys going, oh, I'd like to actually know what she looks like now. Whether my taste in women have changed. Oh, it was funny. Oh my God. Yeah. Every time she walked, I got French class next. Ooh, And then by the end of the class, all the boys are running off the toilet. Yeah, you just got to go to the toilet. Knocking one out in the toilet.
Oh, AZ said it was over 127 gigabytes to download. So I guess he can download it. That's a lot of memory.
That's not the whole scenery though.
Yeah, see, I don't know what he's specifically talking about.
Yeah, that'd be the base of the game. That'd be the base of the game.
But that's still a lot just for the base.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah, it's huge. But you don't actually download all the scenery. It's all clouded or whatever they do. And it all depends on what internet connection you've got, is how far you can push your graphics. Because if you haven't got the internet connection to take all the graphics, then it dumbs it down. It does that sort of automatically, I think.
Yeah, because that's about three Xbox games roughly. If you were to download 3 different Xbox or PlayStation games, it'd be about 30 to 50 gigs a game, depending on which one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's huge, mate. But good stuff, They've done some upgrades, and they've got some more aircrafts in there too, which you can muck around with. But yeah, they got a fighter jet there now too. It was an F-18, I think it is.
I like how somebody called that helicopter you were flying was a, what they say you were flying a Tello.
No, I said that's what Peter said. He goes, "What are you flying?" And I went outside. Look, it's a Tello.
And then you were commenting on the pilot. You were like, "Oh, she's kind of hot."
Yeah.
I was laughing. I was like, "Oh my god."
She was. As I said, I'd put her in a bikini and a G-string, and if you can fly me around like that, ooh, yeah, just pull over here, darling, or put it on autopilot. But how's that thing just running out of juice mid-air? I mean, there was no indication of the battery power that I was using. I had unlimited fuel set up on it, but that's fuel. It's not battery power, and the thing just fell out of the sky. It's like bounce, bounce. I thought, oh my god. Couldn't even get past. I got through all the pyramids though, so that's the main thing. But it was good, you know. I had a few people in the chat and having a look. So you know, if people are interested in that sort of thing, they are, you know. But I don't know about. You're right.
I was gonna say, imagine that game in about 10, 15 years. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be insane. I don't know.
Have you flown over your house in the game?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Now, there's an option there too to load in Google Maps, right?
Is it better than what Microsoft has?
Well, you're dealing with photos basically of the area, and it's just like flying over your house and your pool and shit. See, I followed the highways from the airport all the way through down to my place. Followed the highways. You could follow, you can see the exits that were there, and they're all correct. Then I followed my exit, went up the road, and I flew over my place. Now, the house that's there in Simulator, Flight Sim, is a generic type house. So it's not actually your place, but it's exactly placed where it is. There's no doubting that, you know, and all the roads and mapping is quite accurate. Where they've got into a lot of detail are a lot of points of interest and airports and stuff like that, LAX and, you know, Kennedy or something like that, where they've put on all the detail of the whole city, and to fly through them, it's pretty amazing, man. Really amazing. There are some insane flight sims.
What's up, Eden, with Valley Drones? That's a long name. Exploring with Eden Valley Drones. Okay.
Here we go. That's who I was on with the other day doing the flight sim. As I was just telling them about that, mate.
And we were talking about the setups, the cockpits that people have. I've seen guys that have the full array of gauges, and they actually go through the whole thing of mixing the fuel and everything when they do their pre-flight checklist.
Yeah.
They actually have it set up where they do everything just like a real plane. Like, I've seen people with that in the trucking simulator, and they have a full setup just like an 18-wheeler does.
Yeah. Hey, my God. I've actually had a trucking simulator, Euro truck thing. I don't know how I got it or where. Anyway. So anyway, I gave that a crack as well. That was all right, but you know, but I do like the flying thing. As I said, I've always had the flying simulators for years, mate. You know, 25 years. I know a guy who buys all the flight panels. There you go. Yeah. Hey, but wasn't that cool? He was he was flying up to Anchorage, and I just sort of caught his live show. Jimbo, how are you, my man?
What's up, Jim? What's up? Now, did you look out your window when you were flying over your house just to see? You were like, see if you were actually controlling something.
Yeah. Where's that Tello? The Tello's out the window. Look at that sunshine.
Do you have a joystick or just a controller? Oh yeah, there you go.
I got to see if we're connected again, Matt, because I didn't get a notification from YouTube. I'm sorry, but I'm just sitting here watching the prosecutor charge the parents with 5 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Fucking A.
Mr. JRC, what's up?
For their 15-year-old doing a school shooting here in America. We're great for school shootings. This 15-year-old punk shot up kids in his own school. That's why I laughed the other day when I was on Coast to Coast Drones. Matt Cundiff goes to me, snitches get stitches. Bullshit. You people don't even know how to fucking fight anymore. You can't even defend yourselves. I'll just shoot people.
Well, hold on. Was the gun was the kids, right? I haven't really.
It's a Sig Sauer that he got from as a present from his parents. He was texting away, looking for ammo during class, writing notes that you're gonna die and shit like this, and my life is useless. The parents got called in, got told he's got 48 hours to put him in counseling, and they didn't.
Well, he shouldn't have. Well, I mean, even if it was his gun, he shouldn't have access to it unless the parents were with him anyway.
He's 15.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, is like, I understand that some parents will go out and buy their kid a gun, but it should be locked
At 15?
up to where the old kid. Well, that's what I'm saying. When I was 15, I had a 22, but I wasn't allowed to touch it.
I had a 22 rifle, but that was for use at the range.
That's what I'm saying, but I wasn't allowed to touch it unless my dad was home. It was locked up in a vault.
Wouldn't a Sig Sauer 9mm put this? Look at this kid. Wouldn't this put him on his ass? What's he doing with a Sig Sauer 9mm?
Oh, well, I don't. Like I said, I don't know what gun it was, but I know there are parents out there that buy their kids guns. But what I'm saying is they should have had it locked up to where he could only access it if they were going to go shooting somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like he shouldn't have access to it at all.
There's the prosecutor charging the parents. It's about time we charge the parents in America for these school shootings. The parents and every relative who knew that the kid had a gun. Yes, I had a rifle at 12, but that was strictly for use at the rifle range at on Long Island, which was a 100-yard rifle range.
Which I agree with you, but I'm just saying it should have been locked up to where he didn't have access to it. Because like my dad had a huge vault that had over 100 guns in it, but I didn't know how to get into it. It was, a big ass wheel with a combination, and only he knew it.
But when you were shooting, what was the first thing you were taught?
Gun safety.
Gun safety.
Oh yeah, I was always taught to gun safety before we went shooting.
Yeah, Mike Nitrate should know about this. This is right in Mike's backyard.
It is too,
I didn't have access to it unless we were going to my uncle's shooting range. Because my uncle had a 500-yard shooting range that was down in an old lake.
Okay, I had a 100-yard range we went to, was underneath a school. In Roslyn, was it Roslyn?
Ours was in the middle of the desert. There was nothing around.
Duck hunt.
That's cool, John.
No, they're trying him as an adult. If they try him as an adult, he don't get out at 21.
No,
he stays in there for life. They're trying him as an adult, life sentence.
Yeah, good. He's got to get raped like a girl.
Because if you don't know, Matt, in the U.S., if you get tried as a child, you get out at 21, no matter what the crime is.
You might as well put earrings on this kid.
So that's why prosecutors in the U.S. will try kids as adults, because then they can skirt around that and give them more time.
Here he's saying the prosecutor's hot. I don't know. Now, check her roots, though. Them roots there, they're gray.
I don't know. AZ maybe.
It's a definite maybe.
We'll prosecute these nuts.
Yeah.
Although, after last week, Matt, what's Justin Moore into?
After last week. Oh, what was that? Last week?
It was on Tuesday when you guys decided to watch Two Girls, One Cup after the live show.
Oh, yeah. Well,
we didn't decide. You did.
Hey, I didn't put it up on the screen, and Matt, he was the best. His reaction was the best, man.
Oh, it was disgusting.
He was so grossed out.
Oh, dude. That was, I couldn't sleep for 3 days. It was like,
why would you do that? It didn't look like it was real. You know what I mean? Because that's so disgusting. Why would you do that? Well, honestly. You know
Yeah,
that guy got 4 years in jail for making that?
What? Why did he get 4 years in jail for that? It's his ass. He's been punished enough.
That's the true
Oh, the one
definition
guy,
of
one jar?
obscenity. That's the true definition of obscenity.
Insanity.
Obscenity.
Obscenity. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We had this thing in America. All of a sudden, you had to put plastic wrappers around your Playboy magazines so kids like me didn't get to see them when Daddy threw his stack out. You know? So now you couldn't go in and just peruse them on the magazine rack anymore because they would put them in plastic wrappers. We don't want the kids to see tits, but they can see all the guns they want and buy all the guns.
Mm.
At
Well, let me tell you.
15.
Let me tell you something, though. Hey?
So I'm very pro titty. So
Yeah. I'll tell you
Hope
something
so.
funny. When we were young, me, my brother, and me dad used to go down and dig up worms and shit down at the beach for fishing, right?
Right.
And there was one place that we used to go to, and while
You
Dad
sure
was
that
out
was
there,
for fishing, Justin? Do you believe him that the worms were for fishing?
what the hell am I going to use worms for, mate?
Well, I've seen you use gerbils, so
I don't
worms
know.
ain't a far stretch.
Well,
You watched him?
He showed me a video.
yeah, he didn't know what it was. I titled it like "Open Fields and Flowers," and Jim goes, "Oh, this sounds good," and he pushed play. It was nothing but
gerbils.
anyway.
Mr. Hamster, you know that pet hamster you had in the cage earlier? Gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Don't know where that is. Oh, hang on. Don't know where he went.
Can't find that.
But we'd go. Jimmy watched Matt use gerbils. Anyway. But anyway, Ireland can 60 plus convictions and never spent a day. Excellent. Anyway, so we used to go worming and all this sort of shit. Anyway, me and my brother nicked off from my dad one day, and we were just walking down the other side of the beach, and they got these mangroves there, right? Anyway, we sort of go, "What's that in the mangroves?" Anyway, mangroves.
You have different graves for women?
Yeah, they're a lot
What the hell are
shallower.
mangroves?
Shallower. They can go floating off during a heavy rain.
Yeah, not even. So anyway, me and my brother went there, and we thought, "What's this in the bush here?" So anyway, there was a magazine back
If
in
it's
the day
in the
called.
bush, it's probably a woman.
Yeah, no. Well, back then it was, yes, but not these days. But
Well,
before
yeah.
K9, how are you? So anyway, there was this back in the day. There was this magazine called, I think it was Ribold or Rybold or whatever you want to call it, right? Now these things are pretty full on, right? And this is the first time. I might have been like 10 or 11 at the time, and we found these magazines. We opened them up. Oh my god, gobsmacked with what was going on here. Oh my god, look at this. They were disgusting, really were. So up the shirt they go, right? So we go back to the car and we chuck them under the back seat. Dad's finished doing his worming and all that, and we ended up going home. Anyway, we smuggled them out of the car and we put them in the bedroom and all this sort of shit, you know, a couple of little pulls over the next few days. Anyway, and
Tug of war.
Mum found them, right? Mum found them, right? So anyway, all sorts of shit went down, and they threw them in the bin. Mum threw them in the bin. Anyway, so what do? That night we snuck out and we got them back out of the bin, right?
Yeah.
And put them back. Anyway, a couple of days later, Mum found them again, right? And she was going off her nut. You know, you boys are you got some magazines. These are the same ones. No, they're not. No, they're not. And Dad steps in and he goes, "Righto, what's going on here?" "Oh, they've taken them out of the bin." He's like, "No, we didn't. No, we didn't." And Dad's flicking through and he's going, "Yes, they did. These are the same pictures."
Matt,
Proof.
did you see what Mr. JRC wrote? On the comment at the top there.
Mr. JRC.
Coming at the top.
That one?
Yeah, that one.
Both these sex talks had an Australian host. You guys are getting enough down there. You guys getting enough down there?
Yes, mate. Only just though. You know. Yeah. So Yeah, and it wasn't. And as kids at that age, me and my brother always remember having a discussion about after we've been told off about this. How did Dad know they were the same chicks?
No,
He-
yeah,
he
they were
must-
his.
Yeah, and we were that young, but we still worked out that Dad's been looking through those magazines too.
Check this out.
Humongous.
My father had this. It was a wooden 21-foot cabin cruiser,
Oh,
but
okay.
it was wooden. So every summer we had to work on sand the bottom, right, and repaint it and all this shit.
Big
But
job.
Mom caught Dad's Playboy collection. Mom makes Dad throw out Playboy collection. There's 4 boys in my family. Boys find Playboy collection.
What's that smell?
My brother Matt takes them. He literally takes the centerfolds out of every one and wallpapers the inside of the boat with the centerfolds. So he don't tell me, right? My father comes, grabs me by the hair, drags me out to the backyard. What the fuck is this and all that? And I'm laughing my ass off when I see it. Of course, he doesn't like that. You know, I got to get whacked. It was my brother Matt who did all that.
Matt's a bastard.
All right, thank you.
That's
A
just the
drone
cover.
show.
Yeah, it's just
No,
the cover.
Yep, that's just to draw people in. And then we hit them. Welsh Rob, is he here too? Is he? There you go. Hey, how are you, mate? Good to see you, man.
Every now and then you throw Drone Views Media. What's up? Tomas, I got something to say to you, buddy.
Ed, what's up? Ed's
Jen
also-
Jackson, Edge here?
Yeah,
He is
my
too.
Jones,
Love
there he
him.
he
is.
just got off of his own live show like probably about 20 minutes ago, I think.
Well, how come there's another Tim, not Tim Jackson?
That might be Tim Devine.
I think it is.
Who is that?
It just says Tim.
And
Does
somebody
well, I know
else.
it just says Tim, but
Nice weather in Brisbane, so it's got to be.
It is.
Yeah.
I think that might be Tim Devine. If that's you, Tim Devine, send me a sign. Send me a sign, Tim, if it's you.
Like a
It
hammer,
is not.
a hammer through the forehead.
I got you, Tim.
Let's cover this. What's this, Matt?
What? Well,
A flock of
what-
these.
Yeah. It is Tim Devine. My God, Tim, good to see you. A divine sign. There you go. Fantastic, mate. You disappeared off the face of the earth, old Timbo. And it is true. It's nice weather, Tim, out there. I hope you've been out flying and doing stuff. I checked out
Did
your
you
channel.
say
not long
hello
ago.
to the four-eyed canine?
Yeah, I'm still talking, Jim. Shut
How about your buddy RL
Shut up.
Photography? And Marcel, off
Shut
axis.
up.
Marcel, I got something.
Oh, Ron's here.
You were right,
Ron's here.
Marcel. You were right.
You what? He's got it the wrong way around. His vagina. He's got to air out.
Wait, hold
You
on.
got to air that thing out, brother.
No, Marcel was
Jim.
right.
Mine's bigger than yours. Look at that nut cup right there. Look how big that is.
I hope you're not using that. Oh, see, he ain't using it as the nut cup. All right.
That's his,
Well, I had
that's
to go
his
for the
food.
bigger one, you know.
Yeah.
He's got that over his ass because he's got a potty underneath his chair, so he doesn't have to get up from a live show.
Well, he drinks so much it's diarrhea, and it goes into a cup that he sells to the 2 guys 1 cup.
No, that was one
Yeah.
guy, one jar. It was 2 girls,
Yeah.
1 cup.
Yeah, listen,
2 girls, 1 cup. Yeah. Don't go getting it mixed up, mate, because they're 2 totally different videos.
now, Justin, say the correct name. What should people never Google search for? Hello, is this thing on? What the?
Just-
Forgot the name of the videos.
2 girls, 1 cup.
And the other one is
1 guy, 1 jar.
with a pickle jar. Just Ron, the
Smash
pickle
it.
jar implodes.
Don't fucking.
Ron was on there, remember?
Oh, was Ron
Ron
watching
was on
that?
there.
Yeah, he was with us in the back. In the
He was going, this is why I've got a job.
This dude's a bloody mess.
Oh yeah, it got worse and worse. He was bleeding like a stuff. He would have bled out. Seriously.
Dude, you know something? I'm thinking I'd have been going and finding my freaking super glue because I'm putting that fucking jar back together, and I better find every piece of glass.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You go walking around with a little, size of a dice cube of glass around there. Each time you're walking, it's cutting the living crap out of your intestines. Not that we know anything about pickle jars.
Yes, not like you guys watched the video or anything,
I didn't watch it any more than 90 or 95 times. It was about the end of
No,
it for
the
me.
video you played was disgusting.
Which one?
Remember the one that the dude sent you where he was eating the shit?
Hang on, who are we talking to here?
You,
You.
Matt. The
You.
one where the dude was eating the human leg.
Oh, that was. Oh, my God.
Where the hell did you find that?
A mate sent it to me. And he goes,
It's always
goes-
fun.
you smoking up some meat on the weekend, Matty?
That video was bad. Like that was just. Ooh.
Oh, he goes, I think he wrote it the other. I thought he was at your place or some shit. Anyway, so yeah, disgusting. So what the hell is this? What? Oh, that's just wrong.
It is. It's insane. And you're sitting there telling us, watch him eating from the smoker pit. And then all of a sudden, the camera turns over to him eating a human leg.
It was absolutely.
You can play that one again. It's not porn. So play that again for your crowd since you played
You know
it on
what?
Wednesday night.
I don't want to watch it again. I really don't.
It's okay to pollute my channel with it, but you won't put it on your. See, what a wussy! He wouldn't put it on his own channel.
Wussy. Speaking of wussies, hey Ron.
All right, Matt, let's do this.
We actually had a conversation, Ron, about Matt and I about what times to go on because it's dinner time somewhere in America. Yep. That's what brought it up. Yeah.
As long as it's not pizza, he's all right.
Yeah. No, I actually
Pizza,
had a
he
good.
turns away.
No, if it's free, I'm not having it.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay and double if not. No, I had a good chat to Ron last night while he was driving out to his job, and I haven't actually finished his. I ran out of time to finish because I'm still going through footage, and I will actually get some screen grabs of Ron because there's a couple I really want to get. So if you could just play along, Ron.
Okay.
What I need you to do is just take your pants off and stand in front of the camera and go like this. No, I don't need you to do that.
That's all. Just do it real quick.
Adrian did that last week. Do you remember he took all his clothes off, pulls his pants off, puts him in front of the camera, goes off.
And then got mad at you because you put him on full screen. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh man. What's his name? I was wrong about the post. It's him live. It's 104 gig download. There you go. That's exactly what happened to me, Brian. I hadn't started it for ages, and the download was just massive, and it just took like 6 odd hours to do it. But anyway, it's all done now.
Oh, is that the simulator?
Yeah. Oh, see, because I was on there with Eden Valley, as I said, and we're having a good fly around, mate. Off to Anchorage. It's a beautiful thing. What, you got spaghetti or noodles there, mate?
Spaghetti.
Did Adrian cook for you tonight, mate?
I don't see any red sauce on that.
It just looks like
It's
spaghetti.
box pizza. When you eat on the road, you a lot of microwave stuff.
It's called roadkill.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Microwave stuff. Oh, God.
I
That's
should
no
have picked
good,
up
mate.
that roadkill from this morning. Could have had some
Yeah, the deer.
steaks. Yeah.
The deer. Yeah.
Lady
absolutely.
hit a deer in front of me. It wasn't dead. I felt bad for it, so I got out and shot it.
Was she not? And then the deer, what happened to that?
Yeah. How'd the deer feel about that? About that shooting? Is the deer in therapy now?
Yeah. Well,
You sick
Poor
bastard.
bastard probably is. Got hit by a car and then he witnessed a shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not having a good day.
Matt, on the flight simulator, are all the planes already just unlocked, or do you have to like earn them?
No, they're already unlocked. Whatever
that's
you want to
cool.
fly. Yeah. I generally
Jody,
fly.
drone shots. What's up? And you
I
got
generally-
BMAX aerial visions. Well, you already said hello to Wal Schwab, right?
Yeah, mate.
Jim's droning. What's up,
Mm.
buddy? Tomas Aerials. You know, we're gonna have a talk. And Robert Glazier has joined you.
And
Robert
Johnny Drone Flyer?
Glazier.
All
Johnny
this while
Drone
you've
Flyer
been
too?
ignoring your audience.
Oh, well, I have because we're enthralled with them.
The conversation went sideways. Yeah.
There's sideways, and then there's totally opposite direction.
Let's ask Ron if he got that dinner out of a jar.
Yeah,
Got out of
Oh, you had to bring those up while he's eating, that poor man.
and if it did come out of a jar, where is that jar now?
yeah.
That dude calmly sat there collecting the pieces, let's just say,
Oh, that was bad.
as the blood puddled on the floor. Calmly as hell.
Nothing to see here. Don't worry,
Yeah,
kids. It's
yeah.
all part of the act.
Yeah.
It's all part of the act. It's not like it hasn't happened before. Imagine trying to stitch that up.
I want a worldwide collection of ER tapes of doctors' reactions. Forget the nurses. When it gets to the doctor who's got to sew this crap back up, I want the one-liners of those doctors. How the hell or what the?
Fuck.
What do you think? This is the thing.
Right?
What are people actually thinking when they're doing this shit? You know? Please. Man. And to do this in the first place,
Right.
you've got to train yourself over a period of years
You've done
of
it before.
doing this shit.
Keyword.
You're overanalyzing this.
No, not overanalyzing. What you want to do is do some quality control. Make sure that jar you're going to be using has got no weak points.
Now, and in the article I'm reading where the guy got 4 years in jail for making this, the argument was because it was so obscene. And then they turn around and say, well, the video went viral by people sending it to people, So it shouldn't be classified as obscene. Well, actually, people did that to shock the shit out of mom. You know, hey, mom, here's your Christmas gift.
Yeah.
And she presses go and watches a pickle jar obliterate a man's intestines. But I don't want to give away the plot for those of you looking it up.
I give away the ending, mate.
Yeah.
That's like reading the back cover of the book. That's what you should do at school. How'd you go? Yep, no worries.
The
I've
cat
got the premise of
survived.
the story.
Oh, my mini fucking vacuum cleaner is taking a beating. Look at this. I whack this thing off the table every night.
He's taking a beating and he's whacked it. So where we going with this
I don't
one?
even know where to base
Yeah,
it.
so where's this conversation going?
Yeah, because there's two in there that suggest that he's using that thing like
It's
a
not
jar.
going near a pickle jar, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Perfect nougat on that one. Where the hell is the base of this thing? Oh, there it is.
Where's the base of it? At the bottom?
Yeah. And this goes on. This thing has fallen off the table 800 times.
Jim's droning said that thought you guys watch drone videos. No wonder my views are low. Well, you know, if Matt wasn't watching all this sick shit, we'd be watching drone videos.
That's right. We were healthy, good, fun-loving men until we met Matt.
Well, I'm just trying to broaden your horizons, opening you up to, so it's desensitize yourself for things that are going to happen to you in the future.
And Justin makes sure make sure you don't make a dime from YouTube because he says, yes, everything's safe to play.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
safe to
Don't,
play.
No. You're out of that argument anymore.
Right, that's safe
don't
to play.
monetize. You cannot monetize with suggestions from Justin.
Uh,
I mean, or Jim. Jim absolutely stuffed me over. Shut my whole channel down.
what did I do? Sweaty
I-
balls?
I had to go to a court hearing with YouTube to get my channel back up and running.
The sweaty balls.
Yeah, a virtual courtroom. Yeah, you're the accused. He's looking at me like this. You're the accused, and I had to plead with them. Please, everyone needs my videos for therapy. And I was pretending that I was doing a social justice.
You were pretending you were somebody.
I was I say don't let my subscriber and viewer count from you.
Don't let the sun go down on me.
Maybe put a bit of reverb on that microphone.
Yeah, I got you're not working with a lot here.
You're not working with much at all. That'd actually sound better if you muted your microphone.
Yes, thank you. I agree.
Tim said, "I'm never the same after meeting Matt in person."
He still walks with a limp.
A little bow-legged there, yeah. And you've seen Tim's legs, right? He's like chicken wing white. Tim Jackson's legs.
Well, don't worry about his legs, mate. His personality. He's a very nice man.
He's a nice guy.
He is
inside. He's nice inside.
Inside,
and
yes.
That's what counts.
It's the outside that's horrendous.
Well,
Jim, your feminine
on
side,
a brother.
Jim, your feminine side is coming out.
Yeah.
It's called side boob.
What was that? Wasn't this? I mean, it wasn't a class or something, right? But they used to tell us a person, but they're nice on the inside. Oh, that was to girls when you called them ugly bastards or fat bastards. They said, no, how do you know what they are? They're probably very nice people. I'm sure they're nice, but she's a fat bastard. There's no denying it.
Yeah,
you knew when you ate that 42nd thousandth donut that you shouldn't have.
Yeah, and it's always I'll set you up with a friend of mine. Well, what's she like?
Yeah.
She's a very nice. Always you ask her, is she good looking, and never give you a direct answer because she's an ugly bitch. And
that's usually true.
It is, but she's a very nice person. She's a very nice person. She is.
The good-looking ones don't want competition, so they hung out with ugly dogs.
I don't. Yeah, that's right. I'm not interested in her personality. How nice she. Go at another. No.
How does she look slammed against the wall in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
3 a.m. in the bar. That's what I want to know.
Oh yeah, it was a good. That was a good stream, Ed. And yes, Matt has desensitized all you guys. So.
What was this one, mate?
Oh, Ed said thank you for desensitizing all of us.
Where is this?
We went from gun shootings to prosecutions of the parents to Ron killing a deer and
shooting the woman.
Shooting the woman,
the deer going through therapy,
and then Ron and the deer running into the bushland there, holding hooves.
Kill the one, did that girl. And then pickle jars being swallowed mysteriously.
And then to me needing a bigger pad than Jim.
Well, you do have a fatter ass.
Hang on. We never mentioned pads. What are we talking about here? Oh, were you talking about
where's the pad?
How I needed a bigger cutout because I had bigger balls.
You had a bigger pad. You had a bigger balls.
And yet it goes around his ass.
And his vagina.
Yeah.
His mangina.
We talked about that.
It's funny, and we don't really know what goes on behind the scenes. Like most shows, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that people just don't see. And at the moment, as we're
behind the jeans too.
Well, that's right. But as we're talking and chatting away, Justin's going through one of his daily rituals of airing out his vagina, and
he's one would.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you? Otherwise, you end up. The hell was that?
Still there?
Yes.
Spaghetti came out hard.
Spam call.
You say who? Santa called.
No, I said spam call.
Spam. You should have had some spam with that spaghetti. Hey,
Should have.
Ron, what are you getting me for Christmas, mate? It's not far away.
I ain't telling. It'll be a surprise.
Well, am I going to have to send a gift card to you again this year? And because I don't like doing that, because then you know how much I didn't spend on you. Because that Barbie doll that I sent you last year was pretty expensive. It was the you know, the going to the ball Barbie and the Barbie pumpkin, which I sent. So what are you going to? You don't know what you're getting me.
I think that it was opened up in customs.
Well, but if it was opened up at customs, that's all right. But was it seized by customs? Is what I'm interested in. Yeah. Remote. How you going, Ari? Oh, they call it spam now. Yes, they did. Yes. What's Jim gone and done?
I don't know, but I have to say, Ron has been filling your computer up with a nice little soundboard lately.
Oh, he has, mate. He has. There's just, you know, as they happen, and this, I really got to do this. If I'm going to do all these sort of things, as they happen, I should be writing things down so I know what show it was and what timestamp. Because I've got to get some. Yeah, I've got to get some still grabs off you today. Or I mean, I'm not going to take a photo or anything, but I just need you to make a couple of faces, if you don't mind. I need you to look at the camera. I need you to look at the camera and go like this. All right? Yeah. Yeah. Or no, not like disgusting. Like disgusting. Like. All right.
Swinging in the rain.
Done. Thank you.
Justin. Swinging in the rain.
That'll all make sense. That'll all make sense in the coming weeks. See, and I didn't do it then. I didn't.
And we're back.
And
Ron,
so-
how's everything by you? How's the hunting going?
Hunting is done as of Tuesday night.
Okay, back to you, Justin. What's up on your side of the planet over there in Winter
no
World?
stories about hunting.
Well, I just have a Christmas party, an adult Christmas party to go to tomorrow.
Well, wait a minute. Ron killed a guy at 100 yards the other day and blamed it on his hunter.
Well, that's the old fat bastard that fell out of my truck.
Blamed
And
it on
who-
a lightning strike.
Was that you, Ron, showing the one where they're pulling this leg out of a Chevy van? And all of a sudden it's a friggin' turkey and the damn thing was still alive?
No, that wasn't me.
You saw that, right?
No, huh?
Matt, did you see that?
No.
No.
It was a red Chevy van, and a turkey. You can't tell what it is. It went through the grill. I mean, this guy.
Oh, that was an owl, mate. That was an owl.
No, it was a goddamn turkey. It came out and gobbled away.
Hang on.
There was two different videos. One of them was actually, I believe, was What the Fuck Mike, the dude that's always on Canadian Drone Hub. I think he had his own video of that happening, and there was another one that went viral.
Ron, didn't you, your mate, or some shit have an owl stuck in his grill? Was that you?
Mm.
You know, remember
no,
we
no,
showed
that
the
was Chris
bear.
Hope.
No, we showed the bear attacks.
Chris Hope.
Oh, the bear
He's-
attack I showed.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking about the owl now. Chris Hope,
Right.
his
there's no
mate had
goddamn
an,
owls. There was no
had an owl in
any of
his
this.
grill. Had an owl in his grill because he goes, Chris, come out here and have a look at this. And between the radiator and the grill was the owl where he hit it. Doof.
That's right, because I sent Chris the link to the other video of somebody else that happened to.
This
And it was
guy
like a
is
hawk or
drinking
something.
on a leg. You can't tell what it is. And I'm like, for sure, this thing's dead. and he pulls it all the way out, and it's a God blessed turkey, and it goes scrambling off down the road.
Well, look it up. Pull it up.
It was from one of you guys. Somebody in the chat who was on Tuesday night. Remember what the hell I'm talking about. Gary
Pleading
Brandt. Where's
with
Brandt
people.
Ariels? He has
Looking
to
for help.
remember.
It's like a.
I don't remember that.
Tomas, were you there?
I think it might have been
Jack
Jim.
Rabbit.
One of
Did you say
Jim's-
hello to Jack Rabbit and Jim's droning?
Of course I did, mate. I've said hello to everybody. Catch up, will you?
Can't be sure with you. You're so abusive to your
You
audience.
take your memory pills, Jim.
Trouble is, you can't remember to take them.
There you go.
Isn't that a bitch? That's all right.
What?
Matt had to wake me up.
I did. I rang him, and he looked. He just opened his eyes. What? I said, "My God."
I love being up all night. It's great.
Well, actually,
And then Ron, you know how easy my life is, right? Here's my health first health insurance. We're changing your drug plan.
They changed my entire plan.
And look, here's the suggested other medication from the morphine. Oh, wait, there is none.
Oh, shit.
Unbelievable what they're doing, what Biden is doing to the Medicare plan, to the taxes, to everything. Everything is going nuts here, money-wise.
Oh, Matt, Rob wants a wrench.
Well, you know, Matt sees this, and if he wants to do that, he'll do it. He doesn't need you, Justin, to point these things out.
Hey, I watched.
Did you ever think of that? I mean, he's only been on for an hour. Did you think if he wanted to jam your ass off the channel, he would have done that by now or not?
I mean, I've got a lot going on here. You know, it's hard hosting a show. I've got chat going here, chat going there, talking to Ron, talking to you, talking to Justin. You know, it's all over the place, mate. I can't do everything.
Well, you know, you can make people co-hosts now where I can do all the comments for you.
But how does that affect?
Yeah,
and what's that Teams bullshit?
Well, this is it. I don't even know how to do it. Do you have to set up your Teams before you start your live show? Can I kick someone straight on to being the host of the show from here?
I think you have to do it before. You have to send an email to the person that you want to.
Oh, that would be cool, Matt. So then if you had to take off to work, we could still keep your show running? Or when I try and show something on this screen that throws me out?
Yeah, that wouldn't do me at all. I wonder if that...
Well, Matt still would retain certain things that you can't do, but you'll have about 80% of control.
I'm not logged in, and under share I have slides. It says new, and then video file. Slides. You have no slides ready, so you have to put pictures. Oh, then it gives you Google Slides or your computer slides choices. You have to upload them. Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
Bowman, North Dakota, on to Powell, Wyoming. Again, Aaron 5, weather check only. Bowman, North Dakota, on to...
Oh, it's a weather check. Anyway, you have to upload from your Google. It wants you to upload them to StreamYard. Why would I do that?
Jack Rabbit said Jim's in rare form tonight. Yeah, you got that.
He's
finally got a cushion for that stick in his ass.
No, the bank returned my $2,000 tentatively.
well, that sucks. I'm looking for bloody...
What? You're looking for bloody... There's Gary Brainerd. You're looking for bloody what?
I'm looking for I thought Welsh Rob was in my Facebook, but he's not in my Facebook. I don't think.
He changed his name again because he changed it to Welsh Drones, and then he switched it back. And he was talking about that earlier today when I was on another live show with him playing some online games.
Hang on. I'm talking Facebook here. Were you
I
talking?
was
YouTube?
just saying his channel name on his YouTube channel.
So that was no
switched
help
back.
to me whatsoever.
None
No.
whatsoever.
Absolutely not.
Useless information.
Not even useful at all. It was. Thanks for that, though, Justin. For
Another moment of wasted life. Thanks to Justin.
I don't know why bother.
Was
let me think.
Obamacare better? No, I never had Obamacare. That was if you didn't have insurance, you could elect to pay for Obamacare, right?
Yes,
Hang on,
and
what-
I called up for it for me and my wife, and they wanted to charge us $900 a month for it
A month, Tim.
for 2 people.
Steve Carpenter, how are you, man? Hey, what is it? What is it on Facebook, Rob? I'm just trying to see.
I don't think you can get health care on Facebook.
You can. Have you seen those ads pop up? 50% off your fucking.
No,
leg
now they
amputation.
pop up for the Facebook dating site.
Yes, I've seen that.
Join the
Yeah.
Facebook dating site.
And you know you're getting old when the ads come up going over 50s women in your area.
No
Oh,
shit.
Yet.
And you're looking back at your high school pictures and you're saying, holy fuck, I went to school with that. I mean, you know, I'm 6'2", 220. They're 5'2", 220.
Yeah.
He put his name in there. Rob Skiller.
Skiller.
Something.
Well, thanks for sharing that with the world, Justin. I'm sure, you know, if Matt had taken the chat away, he didn't want people to know his name, but
Yeah.
okay.
Oh my God! Shut
I'll
the
just
hell
give
up.
that out to everybody.
Yeah, he's just being a dick tonight.
I'm
Oh,
going to
what
just
I
put
couldn't
my home
find,
address in there.
Well, hello, everybody. How are you? Everybody in chat, hello.
Steve, how are you?
Good, good, good. How are you doing? You look tired. You
Which
look
person?
tired. Ron.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got up at, what time was that? 2:00 this morning?
Here we go.
His normal time
Talking to
is
Matt last night.
3 o'clock, so we've abused his 1 hour nap time.
I just
I don't know
sent
how
you
he
a
gets
message,
up at
Rob,
3
if you're
o'clock to
interested.
drive 4 hours. How does that not knock you back out? Do you have 10 coffees on the way to work?
Hey, Randy.
That's a big glass of vodka, Steve.
I guess not.
You got it, baby.
What was that gin?
From
Kettle One.
You know, if you don't color it a little bit orange, you're an alcoholic.
We have to call it start with Adam. But
Let's see if Ron forgot his cameras on. He's going to get a bit by the looks. Is he on his knees? Is he proposing to her?
Something
Yeah,
named
your best
Randy.
behavior. Don't get him in trouble.
We'll come say
It
hi
was
to Matt.
after Randy. Did he get it?
Uh-oh, your host has unmuted your mic.
No, I haven't. I'm right here, mate. Don't worry about that. Hello, how are you?
How's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Cracking along.
Fine, how are
Well,
you?
better than
Nice,
you.
Judy.
We don't have to work with Ron.
Yep.
He's pretty tolerable most days.
Is he? Because he sleeps a lot, doesn't he? Yeah.
He's pretty easy to put up with.
And these
Enjoy
are his
the-
friends.
Sorry, Ron. Do we cock block you
Ron,
there?
Ron.
I expected nothing less.
Hey, Ron.
That's all right, Rob. No worries. Cheers, mate. Just sort of throw it out there, buddy. Actually, you're not even one of my bloody friends left. Oh, you respond. You've already sent me a friend request. Oh my god. Here we go.
I agree, Tim Jackson. I totally agree with that.
I've got a shit load of people on my Facebook friends request. I don't know who these people are. Do you guys
Matt.
get that?
Put Tim's comment up there.
Yeah, now tell Matt how to run his channel. There you go.
No.
That one?
The one he did before that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? I'll tell you. Come over here.
Yeah, Ron. Seriously. Now,
Shut that
seriously,
door
Ron.
behind you there, honey. Randy.
And lock
Your
it.
name is Randy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you
Now,
put two
Ron.
and two together. She's Randy. You're a little umphy yourself. Shut the door.
Yeah. Seriously though, Ron. What's the dealio there, man? She's not bad.
Was that
Close
your
it.
daughter, Ron?
So you're done.
From Ed, Love My Drums.
No. Oh, you had to close the door on this one.
Yeah, hey, I would. Ari, how are you, my man?
G'day, everybody. How are we all?
Good, mate. Good. We want to get the scoop on Ron's work
She
buddy
goes-
there.
His daughter.
Right there,
Yeah.
Ron?
Yeah, his
That's
daughter.
all.
Out there?
Yeah, it's not as bad as Jim. You know, he was talking
No.
about his high school yearbook before, but I believe when Jim looks at his high school yearbook, all the pictures are daguerreotypes.
They were better looking than they are now, man.
Yeah, it's pretty hard when he picks it up and it's all on tin plate, you know.
Yeah. No, I've got kind
Wait a
of thinking
minute.
it's
Are you the
it's
same
under.
age as me?
Shit,
Copy.
no, man. I was born in 1965, not 1865.
Oh, I was born in 1959.
59er. I'm a 69er. You know, 10 years, almost to the day, 10 years apart, Jim and I are.
Mhm.
But
Well, about July.
when it comes to IQ, we're so far apart. It's incredible.
now we're going
Like
to
night and
start
day.
trotting that out.
Mine is lightning compared to his.
Holy shit!
And
If
this
that was the
episode-
case, then I'd be a vegetable.
And this
You know what I
episode is
found
brought to you
out?
by Viagra.
And Ari, this is where I forget something we were talking about. But you know, when you go into the military and you get different jobs. Now, of course, when you're 18, you don't know this. They give you what's called an ASVAB test.
Okay.
And you got 3 hours to do it, and it's math, reading composition, and your ability to deal with technical things. I don't know. Jesus Christ, that was 40 years ago. I don't know how they actually did it, right? But that actually depends on what job you're even qualified. If
Yes,
if
that's
you don't
right.
get if you don't get above 110, you can't be an aircraft mechanic, that kind of
Yep.
thing.
If you're under 90, you go into the general staff. Yeah.
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 They never tell you that at the recruiter's office.
Yeah.
You're just sitting over there on the Group W bench.
The
Although
only
when I,
reason I found that out, Steve, they changed my MOS, a 6042. You should go look at MOSs now, by the way.
they're mine isn't even listed anymore.
They've completely changed them. And I was looking up, I had a GCT of 119 at that time. And I wanted to know, what did that mean? You know, what the hell was that all about? And that actually had to do with what jobs you could qualify. You had to
Yeah.
have over 110 to be in a aircraft field, whether it be avionics, because they broke everything down. There was aircraft avionics, aircraft engines, power plants, they called them. You had aircraft munitions, and then you had aircraft structural mechanic who built the aircraft.
Right. Well, I know when I went in and enlisted, when I found out what the lottery number was, and then that was the year that they didn't draw, but I wasn't going to take any chances because my lottery number came up number 17. So
They
my
went to the Air
friend,
Force.
so I went down and enlisted over there. We took the test and everything. They called us back in, and they told us what we could qualify for and we could pick.
No, I actually got screwed. What the recruiter did, he put me under the 6,000 classification. I think I had told you the story when we
Yeah.
got to Memphis. I said, I'll be back in New York. Let me know when you get your shit straightened out. Because I told the recruiter I want to be an aircraft mechanic. My whole thing was when I got out, I wanted a job.
Sure.
You know, and at that time, as it turned out, I came out an aircraft structure mechanic. That had nothing to do with the FAA. Now they are intertwined.
same here in Australia. A trade qualification is worth virtually nothing in outside industry.
Well, it
You can
doesn't
get
matter if you work on military aviation Harriers. That has you are not qualified to be an aircraft mechanic in the FAA's world, but you are today. They have fixed all that. I guess recruiting must have went way the hell down.
the yellow bus.
I did take the yellow bus, not the short one that you took, the long one. Where is that? Over here.
Yeah, they always put these little figures, qualifications, IQs. You go. I remember having a conversation with a psychiatrist once about IQs. He said, if you're above 140, you're brilliant. You're in the sciences, or a medical specialist. 125, you're a professional person. You might be a lawyer or something like that. 110, you're a blue collar worker. 100, you'd be a tradesman. I said, well, what if you've got an IQ?
Mass murder.
Yeah, I said, what if you've got an IQ of 6? He said, well, you wouldn't even be able to do up your own shoelace. And I said, that's why all the Kiwis wear flip-flops.
The thing was, at the time, they used the general classification to appease you when signing up. So if they put you under the 6,000, and Steve, I found out the name of what they wanted me to be. It was called flight equipment.
Bowman, North Dakota, onto Powell Valley Hospital and Powell.
Guys, I gotta go.
Take care,
Okay,
mate.
mate.
Safe flight.
All right, bye-bye.
See you,
Bye.
Ron. Yes, Tim,
Probably.
I did see that. Tim.
Yeah, I'll have to go back in and look and see what it is.
That one that they wanted to put me in was called flight
Right.
equipment. It's actually sewing up the pilot's suit and those thingamabobs that you would put on your belt that held your knife
Yeah.
and all your tactical tools,
Mhm.
That's what flight equipment did. And I was so glad that I had balls at 17 to tell them, no, I'll be back on the line.
I always thought that was sort of counterproductive, Jim. You don't give pilots, survival gear and knives and sidearms and anything. It just encourages them to get shot down. Yeah, just give them the idea. You don't even give them a parachute, mate. Take the rockets out of the ejector seat. No, guys, you get shut down. You're on your own. Just encourage them to be better pilots.
Listen, there are many who haven't.
Or you could have gone to the flight training school when I was there for our flight training. We're in there in the ejection seat training. We couldn't do it. It was broken because the day before they had it in. Now this is a fully loaded armed seat, but it's all under compressed gas. They don't use the cannon cartridge. Same amount of blast all the way up under compression. The stops at the top broke, went right up, went right through the ceiling of the roof, and it went up in the air. It shot him up almost 500 feet in the air after even going through the roof. And because of the chair that it was on, it was automatic chute deployment that so many seconds after deployment, it automatically blow it if you're below 1,000 feet. It blew down, and he came down. This is what we were told by the people, and it was across the whole base. Because when the seat goes up, it's a fully armed chair. The alarm could go off across the whole base. This guy came down on the runway, they said, his imprint, and if you've ever been in a fighter jet, the handles that are on there, the padding on that thing is useless. His fingers were embedded into that seat when he came down.
Well, they're a hell of a ride. People think ejector seats are, the bee's knees, and they are. I mean, they're better than being inside when it crashes in flames. But what a lot of people don't realise is two ejections, maybe 3 at the most. Your career is over. You've got a spinal compression. You're physically unable to fly. It's a hell of a ride.
Sharing my screen, Jim.
And even for naval aviators, off a carrier, people don't realize how much G-force there is at takeoff on that thing. I'll tell you what. I was flying. I got a chance to fly. It was on a Tomcat, and we had started having engine problems when we were flying from. We'd gone from here to Washington. From Washington, we were cutting up to Alaska. We're cutting across the Gulf, and he thought, no, I don't know about this. Well, he had to keep up to, even though he was Air Force reservist now, he flew in the Blue Angels for a whole 3-year stint. And then he was a naval aviator on board a carrier. So he had to keep active all the time, even with that. We landed on that ship, and that was a trip to land down on that carrier. But takeoff, holy crap. You want to talk about the flight, I don't know what you'd call him, but when I'm in the jet and getting ready, he says, have you ever taken off? I go, no. Strapped, and he goes here, he puts us in with his foot and he pulls down on all the seats, man. I couldn't even move. And he says, and put your head back.
Yeah. I like the carrier landings, with the arrestor hooks. And I remember, a few years ago when W was president, towards the end of his tenure, he flew out to one of the carriers, and I think it was in a growler. They landed him. I'm just wondering how many of the deck crew were there at the edge of the arrestor wire with a saw. Whoop-a, whoop-a, whoop-a. What? Sorry, George.
Wait to see what the forces are like on those new electromagnetic launches.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, on the the Gerald R. Ford? They don't use the steam catapults no more.
Yeah, well, the electromagnetics are not that new. The British have had them since. Well, they were testing them back in the 80s, but then again, the British invented catapults, so I suppose they can always play around with the toys. But yeah, they're really something. I've seen test footage where they're launching cars off flight decks, and the damn cars are skipping across the surface of the water. Hey, Don.
Hi, Don.
How are you guys?
Hey, good, mate. Yourself?
Doing good.
Good. Sorry to interrupt your story of the catapult.
That's all right.
Not interrupting. It's the best roller coaster ride you'll ever be on. That's all I can tell you if you ever get a chance.
Actually, Don, thank you for interrupting. To be honest, no, I'm only kidding. Oh, he's frozen.
Tim, the difference.
Am I frozen? I'm not.
No. Steve froze up.
Oh,
Tim,
What?
the difference between.
Are you there, mate? Oh, you got
I'm
it.
there.
Okay. No, you're all right. No, hang on. Is he frozen?
You froze.
yeah. Can anyone hear Matt? I
It
can't.
was
hear
only
Matt.
your squid. That's
Ari.
Tim, the difference between your ejection seats and your erection seat, Tim, is you can generally rely on the ejection seats. Okay.
Amen.
So I saw an interesting thing about ejection seats the other day, that if you get ejected and survive, you become a member of the ejection seat club and you get a special tie.
I could do without that
I
tie.
didn't know that.
It goes around your nuts.
Yeah, hey, yeah. Oh, mate. That's not very reassuring, is it? Because if you survive, you said, if you survive the ejection, you get a tie.
Yeah. Otherwise, your survivors get a bag with your bits in it.
Yeah.
Especially, if you use your ejector seat and you're a member of a helicopter crew.
Yeah. I said, turn it upside down, you idiot.
There is some plane, isn't there? What is it? Is it the SR-71 that shoots them down?
There's been a few aircraft over the years that shoot them out the bottom. Yeah.
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 Which is not ideal at low level.
Well,
No.
but I assume you know that before you push the button.
Well, when you're flying an SR-71, you're not flying anywhere near the ground except for takeoff and landing.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or has Steve frozen
Yeah,
completely?
he froze
His
for me.
image
too.
is frozen, but I just heard him say it. So yeah.
Look,
I
great
can see
internet you've
myself
got,
flying.
Steve.
Kind of internet. I got gigabit.
You're frozen, mate. You can hear you, but you're just frozen.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm seeing myself move.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you're doing-
you're like, you stay still for like 10 seconds at a time.
Yeah, you got to be
Wow.
That could just be natural, Don. It could be age.
Says
It
it's
could be
long.
a-
That's
gone
most
out.
likely.
Okay.
That would be my excuse.
He's on about 6 frames a minute here at the moment.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah,
me-
somebody left that as a comment. I don't know whether you guys have watched my video that I put out. Oh gosh, like about a month ago, about my father's experience in the war when he was in a flying boat, like one of these giant Sunderland flying boats, and catastrophic engine failure, and he ended up in a dinghy for 3.5 days. Apparently, he made it back since I'm here, but when you ditch in a plane, you become a member of the Goldfish Club, and so that was the opening to the video. I'm reading this weird little membership card that he received. So,
Goldfish Club.
the Goldfish. Here's
Matt,
the worst thing. though.
Matt, if you can hear me, I'll drop off and I'll be right back on.
Yeah, you're frozen. Yep, no worries, mate. Can hear you. That's
There
fine.
are certain clubs where you just do not want to have membership, aren't there?
Yes.
Oh, I've got to
Yeah,
apologise.
how many people are spiraling towards the Pacific Ocean, with all the engines on fire and go, what? Don't worry about it. I'm going to be a member of the Goldfish Club.
There we go. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
my card, and you get a badge as well.
There we go. Gwen, how are you, mate?
I'm good, Matt. I'm just cleaning my my phone off.
You
I'm
cleaning
still,
your
at the,
phone?
ho- I'm still at
That's
the
a
hotel
funny
room.
name for it. Hey, how are you, man? Good to see you.
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Bit fed up, but I got a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm finally getting to go on a plane on Monday after 5 weeks in a hotel broken down.
I can't believe that you've been broken down for 5 weeks, number one, and they couldn't fix it, and now they're flying you out. He's a truck driver. I work with him in Canada.
Cool.
He was working for Challenger Motor Freight as well, and he's broken down. He's been in a motel for 5 weeks. How does that happen? It's 2021. It's not a horse and cart. What?
Where are you? I'm sorry, I missed your name. Is it Wayne? Did you say?
I'm in Rock Springs in Wyoming.
Wyoming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So why haven't they got spare parts out there, mate?
I like
They're
trading places.
they're trying to get a slip joint for my prop shaft, drive shaft, or whatever you call it.
That's what she said.
They're
They
just
can't get hold of that.
They're teaching him a lesson for daring to go to the United States. Oh, he can stay there. We'll show him.
Yeah, that's your punishment. I can't believe you've been away for 5 weeks, so that's ridiculous.
It's more than 5 weeks, to be honest, Matt. It's been near on 9 weeks. I've been on been away from home.
Now they're paying you for that, though, aren't they?
Peanuts on the second part.
Peanuts.
Yeah.
You've always been a bit of a monkey, though. That should make you happy.
But no, I go home on Monday, mate, so I'm looking forward for it. I'm 5 hours away from the airport, so my part now is a pain in the neck. I booked a Greyhound bus to take me up to Casper to catch my plane, and I was going to catch it at 5:10 tomorrow night and get there for 9 o'clock.
Mm.
So no problems.
And where
Anyway,
do you go home?
Pardon?
Where is home?
Prince Edward Island in Canada, right on the east
You're
coast.
kidding. I used to live in Prince Edward Island when I was a kid on the base in Summerside.
Yeah, that's where I live in Summerside.
Beautiful little town.
There
Yeah,
you
and
go.
then,
Small world.
I booked the bus, and then when it came in with the itinerary and everything else, it leaves at 5:10, but it gets in at 9:15 in the morning, and my flight leaves at 7 o'clock. So therefore,
man.
I went to change the ticket, see if I could get it for tomorrow. That's no problems. I could change it. It leaves at 5:10, but gets in at 9:15 on Monday morning. My flight's gone at 7 o'clock.
Oh, shit,
So
man.
lately, now I phoned Greyhound. They not reimbursing me. They said they don't do reimbursing, so I've lost basically $123. And it's
Man.
ridiculous.
And when you do get home, how long are you going to be home for?
I'll be home for a couple of days because I've got to do my medical, my heavy goods medical. And then I've got to be back for the 19th to do another COVID test, because then I fly to the UK for Christmas and New Year.
Wow.
Very cool.
Okay.
And then
Oh.
I get back on the 2nd, 3rd. Then I'm off then till the 6th. And then I got to fly back here. And then somehow I got to get from Casper back down to Rocky Springs, which is 326 miles, about a 5.5 hour drive.
Shit, man.
That's,
You gotta love driving, though, don't you? My God.
Oh, yes. But I can't understand why the boss didn't book the hotel here at book the flight from Rocky Springs.
You'd think there'd be an airport there.
Yeah, there is an airport. There is an airport.
And
But
when
one
you
of those-
fly into Prince Edward Island, do you fly into Summerside?
No, Charlottetown.
Charlottetown. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you still have another drive, another hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping the boss will pick me up because the wife is working when I get home. I don't get back until midnight on the 7th, 6th. And the wife goes to work at 10 o'clock in the evening. So I'm hoping they'll pick me up.
I'll be buggered. Oh, well.
That's quite a story.
Oh, it's been mega. It's been mega. Sitting in this hotel room day in, day out. I've only been out 3 times. I went to the Veterans Day here because I like doing Remembrance Days. And first time in the US for Veterans Day. So I went to Veterans Day. Right good piss up there. And then obviously I went out a few days later, went out for a haircut and a bite to eat. And obviously today I had to go around, do my COVID and take my suitcase up to the truck because I can't take the suitcase on the plane with me because it would cost me.
So how does a guy from Wales meet a guy from Australia in Canada and then end up in Prince Edward Island?
Because Matt couldn't handle it. He went back to the sun.
I did.
Too good for him.
I did. It was the only place in the world. Well, I've been in the winter in Europe and all that, but it was the only place in the world my moustache froze, and I thought this isn't for me.
Yes, nothing like a mustache or beard full of snot, frozen solid. Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy, crazy. I walked back from, I don't even remember that Best Western Hotel there in Cambridge. All right. And I walked
I
down
remember that. It's still there. It's still there.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I went down to the shopping centre, which was, I don't know, probably 2K walk, maybe a K, I don't know.
That's right down at the bottom of Hespeler Road.
That's the one, yeah. And then coming back, a headwind. It was, oh my God, it was so cold. And everything was frozen. Everything was frozen when I got back into the hotel. God damn it!
Yeah,
Such a cold place.
Pretty
You
cold.
toughen up, Matt. Come on.
Well, well, you know, come from the subtropics. I mean, when I first got out,
winter is 25 degrees Celsius. You know,
yeah,
on a cold day.
man.
Yeah, the wife.
But it was nice.
Wife's had a bit of snow on the island. They've had a bit of snow on there already.
Oh, you get brutally snowed in there. Storms. Do you still call it storm stayed?
Oh yeah, basically it's storm day every winter.
Yeah.
Every winter.
There's this expression, storm stayed, when you can't get out of the house. Usually because there's snow up to the top of the door.
Yeah, because a few years back, I think it was it 21? I think it was about 2012, 13, something like that. We had a right mega winter. And as they were giving the snow weather reports across Canada, and he said, oh, you got so much snow here in BC, blah, 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 all the way across. And he goes, and then when you come to Prince Edward Island, you hit a wall, a white wall, and that's it, like, because it was hitting us something chronic.
But there is, there's a silver lining to everything. Where else but Prince Edward Island could you live and then go back to the UK and feel you were moving back to a temperate climate?
I would like to live on the mainland.
Yeah, mate, I'll tell you. That's
Prince Edward Island for pensioners. Really, it's a quiet little island. There's nothing on there, you know.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
little place, and like you said, it's quiet, and yeah. But I remember distinctly hearing the radio in the morning when I was a kid, like I was in grade 2 or something like that, and they would announce, on the radio, mothers, please remind your children when they're walking to school not to touch the power lines because the snowdrifts were so high that you'd be close to the power lines.
Back you were in grade 2, Don, so it would have been like a crystal set with one of those cat's whiskers.
Yes, that's right. Yes, it was an early model. Yeah.
Built by Marconi himself.
Hey, Gwen, do you recognise that place at all?
Best Western.
That is the
Cambridge.
Best Western.
I never viewed it from the car park. I was hardly in there. I was in there when they recruited me. I think I stopped in there twice with Pete.
Ooh,
And that was it. Most of the time was in. Yeah, but have you heard about Challenger?
No.
Yeah, Pete was telling me that they've sort of like reduced drastically.
Wow.
In this day and age, when everything is being shipped.
Yeah, because they were having problems and everything else. So you don't see many Challenger trucks on the road now. I think somebody has bought into it, and now you don't see many other Challenger trucks on the road.
Shit. Hey, do you remember these two fellas?
It's a bit too small for me to see at the moment. Let's see if I can flick the screen around.
Patrick and Keith. Patrick, the fella from I think he's from Holland, and Keith, they're from the UK.
No, I didn't.
What is this? Like, it was like some sort of international exchange party here.
It was because they did foreign workers, right? For Challenger, so they had a foreign worker program where you go over there and they sponsor you and you get your job. So you get a two-year contract basically with them, and you go off and you drive trucks.
That's so cool.
And it was fantastic.
You could have it. You could have it longer, basically. Like you just renew your work visa every 2 years.
Yeah,
right.
That's right. Yeah.
And then you can go for your permanent residency, which I've done, and hopefully next year I'll go for my citizenship.
My God, it was cold. That poor fella there, his missus was so nice. She was really nice, and she ended up passing away with cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, it was terrible. Rick is red. Yeah, that was just amazing. It was a good time. Good time over there, man.
Yeah, it was, especially in the Bulldog and Beaver.
I used to go to Moose Winooski's.
Oh yeah, I went there quite a few times as well. I even got up on the moose in the end.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Doesn't sound good.
Going.
It sounds like somewhere there's a sign that says "Do not get on the frickin' moose."
Yeah, unless you're a mad Welshman, and we had one.
No, there's quite a few trying to get up on it. I got on it in the end, but they wouldn't flipping help me off it. He left me to it like, whoa! He's about
Actually,
I got off it.
I'm going to find something here for you, mate. Where are we? Wolf Island, Vegas. Here we go.
You haven't got me in the whip and leather gear, have you?
I got you. Yeah, I have. I got you in that, the gimp mask.
Well, don't display it then.
Here we go. There you go, mate. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that was wasn't that their sort of like truck fest thing?
Yeah, it was a Fergus truck show.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a truck show, really, was it? It was a recruiting spree.
Well, it was. But
You're gonna have to send me that picture.
There was some nice. Yeah, I could do that, mate.
Yeah, I haven't got that one.
Colin Archer. He's another English fella.
Yeah.
God damn it. We're at the Gambler. That's still out and about, that one. Beautiful truck. Look at the shotgun shifter.
Oh my God.
Hey? He's got the 2 triggers there. There is splitters, his half split and his full split.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
The floor mats and everything. Holy moly.
Yeah.
I
Look at that.
couldn't resist. I'd have to get in there and take the shifter out, replace it with a real loaded shotgun.
Yeah. My God, check out the chrome on that thing. There you go.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Did you go up with us? Because we went up in a truck. There
yeah,
was,
I went
there
up
was
with that
another guy.
other fella from Holland. No, I went up with that other fella from Holland, and I sat
Okay.
in his. Yeah, sat, and there was about 6 of us in there. We all
Yeah,
headed
we
off.
had about
to the
5
truck
in
show.
mine. We had about five in the truck that when we went back.
But
Yeah,
Fergus,
that's right.
Fergus isn't far from Cambridge, if I recall correctly.
No,
Nah.
it's about
No.
15 minutes in it.
Yeah.
2-minute drive.
I went to university in Waterloo, so
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right. Oh, bloody hell. Waterloo.
the University
Good
of
battle,
Waterloo.
good battle. We beat the French.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm guessing they'll do something. See, here we go. Now, I'm just going to talk about this for a second too. I did watch a video about the satellites on these the Mavic 3s, and
Satellites on the map.
you're having a lot of trouble getting the satellite. But anyway, and then it was restricted to like 30 meters or 30 feet or something. Couldn't go any higher. And which is probably a good thing. You know, it's a bit of a safety thing. But don't take off without your GPS. And Lon's just popped up there too. Don't take off with less than 12. So obviously he's had something a little bit go skew with there.
I
So
haven't
12
watched any of those Mavic 3 videos ever since I had the one to review. It was like, nah.
Yeah, it didn't float your boat, mate.
Send it back.
Yeah. So, kind of guessing what happened to you, Lon? What happened to your drone with less than 12? Something's going on. Now I forget who.
Will it be on over Christmas then, Matt?
What was that, mate?
Will it be on over Christmas?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Okay, send me a link and I'll chat to you from UK as well if I'm in the house.
Yeah, awesome, mate. No worries.
And I can see what dry weather we have or wet weather we have in Yorkshire.
And yeah, mate. Yeah. I can't imagine it being too nice.
Now, hold on. I assumed when you said you were going back to the UK, you were going back to Wales. Now you're not even going back to Wales. You're going to Yorkshire.
Yeah.
A world traveler.
Well, I might as well say I'm more of a Yorkshireman than a Welshman because I lived in Wales up until the age of 16 and then I joined the military. And then obviously I was traveling a bit there. Once I left the military in 1990, I moved up to Yorkshire with my wife and that. And been in Yorkshire ever since until 2007. I came over to Canada, did about 18 months there, and went back to the UK and was back in Yorkshire again.
My God.
And then
Ari,
back to Rhode Island. Yeah.
what are they extending that warranty to, Ari?
I'm not sure. I just know that the early Mavic 3 adopters got an extended warranty as a sort of a way of making up for the fact that they sold it half prepared.
I saw
only-
that.
I only read about it this morning, but I haven't actually gone into it to find out how much. Yeah, I've read a few people with the same issue. You know, they get the sideways drift going on or climbing away if they just don't take the time to get the satellite locks.
Oh,
Wow.
Jim's got the manual pulled up.
Here we go. Jim's going to be
Page 6 of the manual.
Page 6 of 4,000.
It said they limited it, the maximum transmission, to 400 feet AGL on page 6. If you think I'm bullshitting. The maximum remote controller reaches maximum transmission distance in a wide open area free of electromechanical interference at an altitude of 400 feet AGL. Gee, I wonder how they put that cutoff in there. Is there an electronic switch there, Ari?
Read it again, Jim.
Remember, this thing has 4 antennas, 2 transmit, 2
I think
receive.
I think what they're saying there is you get your maximum horizontal distance when you've climbed to 400 feet above AGL. I don't think they're telling you that it's limited to 400 feet.
The remote controller reaches its maximum distance in FCC mode, not CE mode,
Yeah, more power.
in a wide open area with no electromechanical interference at an altitude of 400 feet AGL.
I'm reading that as you get your greatest horizontal distance away at the highest allowable height, which makes sense.
That makes sense.
That's what it sounds like to me, too.
I can't see them limiting it to 400 because, you know, what if you're flying in the floor of a valley, you know,
Yeah.
and the nearest.
Well,
can't
how do
do
you
that.
limit horizontal distance? That would
Well,
just
they don't.
be-
What they're just
You'd
saying
have to
is
lower that
they're-
ArcaSync 3 Plus from
What they-
33 FCC dBMs to 30 dBMs.
what they're just saying is, you know, you get the maximum range at the greatest height, which makes sense. That's how, especially, you know, with 2.4 and 5.8 gig, it's line of sight. Anyway,
Well,
that's
you would
how I
get
read it.
Yeah, that's how I'm seeing it too. Like you would get better range at 600 feet, but they're saying the max what's allowed by
Yeah.
law.
You
They're
can
trying
go
to-
higher.
They're
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
note things so everybody can't bitch anymore. Because, like,
Yeah,
with the
and cover
maximum
their own
battery flight time, they're saying it's done in a no wind environment. You know, so
Yeah, I
that was
think
done
they
indoors.
usually say that, you know, in an ideal condition, you know, it's 32 minutes and all that kind of crap. Yeah.
They could-
20.1 miles per hour.
they could obviously say, and you'll get even greater distance at 1,200 feet, but they're not going to put that because it's illegal, you know. I mean, you've seen the film of where I'm working currently, Jim. I have my maximum height set to 800 feet because of the variation in the terrain.
I
Right.
can't see you. I can't see you sitting there waiting an hour to download that video onto your computer.
Not on the look. There's going to come a time when I probably will own a Mavic 3, but it's not going to be the Cine version. That would absolutely drive me nuts. Waiting 2 hours to download the ProRes footage.
That would be crazy. Yes.
I mean,
Well,
if you're
unless you just
What-
did
What
it
it
overnight. or
doesn't
something.
mention, what I want to know, is if the ProRes is 422, that's fine. 422 HQ, there's a difference between regular 422 and 422 HQ, high quality. And it's still got the 10-bit D-Log, but is the 10-bit D-Log 420 or 422?
God knows.
Lon said some guy in China got 70,000 feet with it.
Well, Dustin Dunhill did his usual range test, landed on 0% battery, but he got out to 29.14. The total distance covered, he covered 29.14 kilometers, and at the furthest away, I think he got just short of 15 k's away. So it bears out what their figures are in the manual.
Yeah.
But you'd have to have nuts the size of a bull elephant to fly a drone worth that amount of money to 0% battery. Honestly,
You have to not care, yeah.
yeah.
He
It's
said
sort of
Dustin got 48.
Oh, that makes Ari, you would be the man to know this. What is the terminal velocity? Where can you find, and I haven't looked yet, so it's probably out there somewhere, but what's the terminal velocity for different drones?
Is that an African or a European swallow?
No, but seriously, someone phoned it up.
I don't know.
How would you get the
A
terminal
Monty
velocity?
Python, only a Monty Python person would get that.
I don't know, but I'll take a guess at about 180 miles an hour, and I'm only guessing that because terminal velocity is something I've been through. A parachutist will do about 140 in a horizontal presentation.
Okay.
I do actually have a spreadsheet here called the Drone Splat Calculator, which you can enter your various drones, and it'll calculate terminal velocity, energy at impact, and this sort of thing. But it does not have a setting for the Mavic 3, obviously.
Oh no, I don't care about that. I was. It came up again because of the video I put out. Oh, when the hell was it? Oh, this morning, I guess, actually, about flying a Mini 2 around downtown Toronto. And somebody said, a Mini 2 is is safer than, or sorry, a larger drone is safer than a Mini 2 because, you know, obstacle avoidance and all that kind of stuff. But someone else said, well, yeah, but a Mini 2's its terminal velocity is probably very slow because it's lighter and, you know, all that kind of feathery kind of nonsense. And I'm thinking, really? I don't know how these terminal velocities work, but
and look, I think it's, you know, it's all very much on the presentation of the drone when it comes down. I remember seeing a piece of footage a year or two now. I think it was probably the Mini 1. Some clown took his Mini 1 vertically up to an incredible height and then did the CSC maneuver, shut it down, and Perfect. It fell. He couldn't get it started, and it fell, but it fell horizontal, and the rotors started to rotate, you know, in reverse, and it actually fell from about 900 feet, and he picked it straight up and started it. It didn't even break.
Incredible. Yeah, that's called auto rotation, isn't it, in a helicopter?
Yep. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. It's called, that's not somebody applauding, that's the cheeks of my ass slapping together.
Yeah, but so it would auto rotate. That's interesting. I wonder if that would happen with like a Mavic 2.
Long comment on terminal velocity.
When you lose one motor, it spins its way down.
Yeah. Yes, like the Matrice 300. I love that. You know, it won't crash. But what was it? The exact words in the manual or something along the lines of, naturally there will be damage to the drone and the payload. Give me an extra 2 engines, thanks.
Yes, I saw the comment there about it's definitely mass times velocity, but the velocity matters too. So yeah, well,
big words hurt Vane.
Of course, Newton's law comes into action there too. An object in motion.
Come on, Matt.
Until it hits the wall.
Yes.
Anyways, I got to run. So it's been nice chatting. Nice
Thank you, Don.
I don't know what that was. I give up. Nice meeting your Welsh friend in Rhode Island.
See you, Don.
Matt, did you notice the show went opposite today?
I'm typing goodbye.
I thought that might have been a throwover from your tutu days.
No.
Now, Matt, I was giving Don an easy day. I didn't mention the tutu one time, and then you had to go and wreck it, didn't you?
Just as he's about to leave, I've got to throw it in there somewhere. Yeah.
See you,
Good
guys.
on you, Don.
Take care, Don.
Bye-bye.
I like how the show went opposite today. It went to shit at the beginning, and right when we hit the hour mark is when you guys started talking about ejection seats and all that.
Oh, shit.
We just thought we'd mix it up there, Justin.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Andy, how are you, man? Unlimited Virgil. I don't know if I said hello to you either, but anyway. Oh. Terminal velocity is 0. That's the speed when you hit the ground. That's right. It doesn't really matter.
That's generally where it becomes terminal. Yep.
Yeah, exactly right. Justin's got a message. Don't know whether or not they're standing underneath it. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, it did. It was right at this shit. The whole thing was pretty crappy at the beginning. Jim was on a tangent there, and now he's into his research mode, and he's gone all quiet.
Well, Jim always goes quiet when he's looking for manuals because he has to find the one with the pictures in it.
No, I really want to know if you're selling me a $5,000 thing here, is it going to be 10-bit 420 or 10-bit 422 for $5,000?
I heard 422. I'm pretty sure 422 is what I've read, Jim, but
no, that's what the ProRes. They don't say.
Ah, right.
They honestly don't say. I want to see if there's any advantage to me buying this thing, and I can't find one.
That Cine version, right? Does it only shoot in ProRes or
no? It does.
No, it shoots everything. 10-bit D-Log.
Can you mention how much
video?
Can you imagine how much 265 you could fit on that 1 terabyte? Man, they're going to need a bigger battery.
Yeah. You'd go for days on that.
Yeah, I read like yesterday. I think they're releasing a Flymore with the Smart Controller Pro package later on in the month.
It still
Yeah, when-
pisses me off that it's a 5-inch screen. What the
Yeah,
hell?
I hear you. But you know, I can see a time when I will own a Mavic 3. It's not going to be in the next 6 months, but that would probably be the way I would go. The Flymore with the Smart Controller.
I don't know. You'd have to convince me. Versus a Matrice or an M600. You'd have to.
I still haven't
convince me.
decided what the next one's going to be, Jim. You know, I could buy one of these 600 Pros on run out, or you know, I'm also looking at the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced for the thermal function.
You know what?
Then you got to
I was
put
thinking
in $2,000 worth of
Wasn't thinking about
ITC
anything.
schooling.
not worth sharing.
You got to have the infrared certification.
Boring. as
Not
a
here.
bitch.
Not there, you don't?
No, you know, you don't even have to be a surveyor to do mapping here.
Just doesn't listen.
So how do you operate an infrared camera if you don't know how to operate emissivity and stuff like that?
Well, I know it's a revolutionary thought, but
Matt,
out here, we don't consider that you necessarily have to have a university degree to be able to do something.
These are simple properties.
You know, like
Emissivity is a reflectance number.
in the United States, to do mapping, you've got to have a surveyor's
I'm not even
certificate.
interested.
Out here, you don't need the certificate, but you have to guarantee your product has to be the survey standard.
Yeah, we can say we're mapping, but not surveying here. Here you have to have a
What's that?
surveying license.
Wipe your chin, Jim.
all right, what were you
Oh.
saying, Matt?
Who cares? Shut up, Matt.
Let me just
Go
handle
get-
that for a minute.
Go get changed. Go to work. Piss off.
Oh no, he's kicked me off for less.
Well, I actually do have to. Oh, come on, Jim! Don't crack the shits, mate. It's okay. We're only teasing. We're only teasing you, Jim. I do have to get ready for work too. My God.
Well,
Oh, look,
someone
we couldn't
someone
be
has to
bothered.
get our someone has to get our toilet paper to us, Matt.
I know. Yeah. We'll be in another lockdown soon, and
Oh yeah, don't even start.
because you know that variant that's making people sneeze in South Africa.
Well,
They're the
apparently,
world shutting down for it.
apparently, it's perfectly fine unless you're under the age of 5. It's shocking for kids. So like, apparently, all the kids are going into lockdown for Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Yeah, because
Variant number 47 coming up.
yeah. I bet that's the scaremongering now. It's this one's grabbing the kids. Oh, fuck's sake.
Let's get another booster shot.
Yeah.
You dumb. Wear another mask.
Yeah.
No, the best one was when they told everybody to wear masks during intercourse as you're swapping bodily fluids.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, you may catch
Pound it on
AIDS,
and
but
then
you
wear a
won't get.
mask over it. Fuck.
I believe that was I want to say the president of France or whatever you want to call him. I don't know what they call him, president or.
We call him that filthy frog over here.
Yeah, that was their recommendation over in France at one point.
Because they are lovers over there. They're but loving.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
certainly don't fight. Yeah. Look, this is my doctor's office. I don't know if you guys can read this because it's only a fucking $300 Brio. This is on my doctor's office.
Yeah, we can read it.
All patients must wear a mask. So I walk in and I go, I'll be outside. Let me know when it's my turn. Because I don't wear fucking masks. And they said, okay, they do that. Because all these people sit there like sheep wearing their paper mask. And I refuse to do it. If you don't want my money, that's fine. I'll go to another doctor.
The pediatrician and the bone doctor I took my daughter to get her cast off, both places didn't require masks. I was able to walk in with that one.
I walked into the bank. The bank tellers are behind bulletproof glass. You know, I went into the bank because they stole my money. The bank tellers are They're behind.
That's why they. That's
glass.
why they wear. Don't all robbers wear masks, Jim?
Isn't it supposed to be the other way around?
It used to be if you had a hat on, sunglasses, or a mask, you couldn't get into the bank. Now the tellers behind bulletproof glass are wearing a mask. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with
I
this?
don't think I can trust you with my money. You've got a mask on.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Hey, I'm just going to check this out. This is Lon Denard's Twilight Skyline with his Mavic 3. Now, I've popped it into 5K. You know, well, this compression and all this sort of shit will do it no justice. So the original file is obviously going to be a shitload better than what this is.
It's
But
because
anyway,
that has the driver.
Compression or not, it looks pretty good.
I would show it in 4K, which is what the TV can see it. Oh no, it doesn't matter. You're on StreamYard at 720p.
it doesn't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But on my screen here, it looks pretty nice.
I mean, it doesn't look bad on my screen, surprisingly.
I like the color. I like the dynamic range. I wonder if Lon has done anything in post or if this is straight off the drone.
Lon's got Adobe, so I think
So Lon has half a clue. Unlike that,
no idea. He needs Da Vinci if he wants to understand true color grading. But anyway,
Yeah, that's true.
go for it,
Well, according to Hollywood.
yeah, according to that lot over there called Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't let that get in the way.
Mate, this is like Apple and Android. Adobe and Da Vinci.
Okay, so why doesn't Hollywood use Adobe?
Well, I don't know, but I have Apple and Android. Why limit myself to hating just one?
You got exactly right. Yeah, look at that. Look at the sky there. Nice there. Looks like there might have been a little bit of work done with the sky.
He said very minor grading.
What I
Yeah.
love,
Straight off the drone with very minor grading. Yeah, I like
what I
the
love
colors.
is the SSD is only 4 grams.
So
They made it 9. What I tell you, Matt, as far as the grams, because they kept it under 900 grams for the European market.
hang on. I've got a question. He said he did some grading, right? So this is log file, or did you color correct the standard profile?
Yeah, Matt schooled me on this too. You know,
Oh well.
I don't use the term grading or color correct anymore. I just tell him I pissed with it.
Yeah. Well, there's a massive difference, between the two. And I want to know whether he graded that or
Not when it
corrected
comes to Matt's footage.
Fuck, I've got to get dressed. Shit.
Go
Peter
to work.
Carroll.
Go to work nude.
Peter Carroll, how are you, my man? I used to do that when I was a gigolo.
David Lee Roth, just a gigolo.
Color corrected, the normal profile. There's no preview LUT as of yet. Okay. All right.
Okay, so color corrected. That's pretty. Look at the colors of the brickwork and everything. I really like that. With you can tell the sun's low and behind. The reflection of the glass.
Now this was in 30 frames a second by the looks, mate. Was that right?
It's a nice sunset shot.
Yeah, there are criticisms you can put on the Mavic 3, and there's things that they don't like. But I will say I have not seen any footage come off it that I didn't like.
Oh, there you go, 24. Yeah, I knew it was like below 60. That's for sure.
You can't see the focus behind this building. The focus is gone, or is it me?
Look, when you're panning like that, you're going to have blur on a still image. If you pause a video, you're going to be blurred anyway, especially at 24 frames a second. If there's any yawing whatsoever.
Yeah, Horizon people are complaining about that, but it's only minor.
Yeah, can't you fix that though?
Yeah, you can fix it
plus
in
and
post.
minus.
You can fix it in post. Yeah.
No, on the
Some-
bird. The bird.
Somebody
has
was
plus and
saying
minus.
somebody's review last week was saying that it's not very effective to correct it in the city model.
Okay.
Look,
Okay.
it's very difficult unless you know how much correction to give it, because when your drone's not moving, you're going to have a flat horizon, right? And when you start moving, that's when your horizon starts to
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
So you've got to know what that is. It's a lot easier just to get that footage. Don't fuck with your drone. Get that footage into post and just straighten up your image.
And he said he has an ND4 on it too.
Yeah.
I remember my Inspire. I used to hate that bloody thing because, you know, you'd spend hours correcting the horizon and then you'd fly it. It was all over the shop.
Yeah, Mavic Pro 1. Now, what's going on here? What is going on here? Did you mess with the contrast there? I think you did. Lorne? If you look down here, see those trees?
Yeah. No. It's trying with that new technology sensor, whatever they call that vision detection sensor. It's trying to focus the entire 84 degrees, which is insanity.
See, I'm not worried about the focus here. It's the detail of these trees. What is going on? I'm kind of guessing that was actually done in post with a little bit of, I don't know, too much dark, too much contrast or something. Down here, something's going on.
And it has
the
nothing to
shadow.
do with focus over that building right there where you are now to the right.
I'm not looking at the. Well, that he's
Yeah.
panning. As I said, it's not a focal problem. It's a panning issue with a 24 frame. On a paused video frame like that, that's going to happen. But what I'm looking at are these trees here. Whether you can see that detail or not, it looks really weird down here. I'm kind of guessing that is something that's happened in post.
There's a link there in the chat from Dre. Yep, your coolness factor of your stream has just gone through the roof, Matt. Dre has arrived.
Sorry. Oh, Dre, how are you, my man?
Yeah, okay. Lon says there were some buildings blocking the sun with it low, being so low on the horizon, which makes sense.
Yeah.
It just flat out does not tell you
Okay. Well, that
what the.
I would have thought that sensor, it wouldn't have made a difference there, though, Lon. To be honest, it shouldn't have made a difference. That to me looks like a contrast issue with the image. But cool stuff, man. Nice colours over that and the sun. And you did do a Matt North over the little sunflower. Well done. No, that's good. We'll get rid of that. Look, boys, I'm gonna have to chuck my duds on. Wait a minute. Talk amongst yourselves.
About you, yeah. Oh, thank God. he's-
Peter Carroll, those numbers were highly inflated, just saying. And that was proven by local law enforcement, did investigations into that.
What I'm trying to see what Peter said. What are we talking
He
about?
said he was talking about COVID deaths in Florida. Those were highly inflated
Oh,
by
that's
the medical
bullshit.
by the medical.
We're 48th in the
industry.
United States in COVID cases. So
Well, the local and state governments have already done their own investigations in that and found the numbers were extremely inflated.
it doesn't matter. It's all garbage. Let people think what they want. Why am I not dead? I was at CES surrounded by.
Because I've never been within rifle shot of you, Jim. Smile.
Get a mile closer.
Oh, come on. I'm not going to be shooting 5.56, buddy.
It just won't say it. It says the camera profiles 4/3 CMOS sensor, 20 megapixel photos, up to 5.1K 50, DCI at 4K 120, which automatically slows the video down to slow-mo. Of course, they don't even say, and then it says, and H.264, H.265 formats. The camera also shoots 10-bit D-Log, but it's not telling you in what. Like, am I getting, because let's say the Mavic 2 Pro, you're getting 420 footage, and you know that. But on this thing, you would expect to get 422 footage, not ProRes, but 422 color bit depth. And it flat out doesn't tell you what you're getting. You know who did a good video so far, because he's got a part 2 coming to it, is this guy, Philip Bloom. It's 30 minutes long. Jump in at the 15-minute mark, because he also talks about the previous drones. The Mavic 2 Pro he calls tuppence, and then the Mavic Pro he's talking about before that. I didn't want to hear about the birth of drones. I just wanted to hear about the Mavic 3.
Well, Lon said it boils down to operator error. I'm still getting my settings right. So, plus there may be stuff that's not unlocked yet that, you know, could help with certain issues too.
You got to remember, when you're showing shit on TV, it's made for 30 frames per second. That's what the TV is made for, 30 frames per second. Film was made for 24 frames per second. So you're going to see, that's why the TV has judder and all that other auto modes, which you have to shut off when color grading too, because it's got that automatic brightness limiting, which is a royal pain in the ass. What I do like on this drone is you can finally use the UHS-2, ultra high speed 2 micro SD cards, which I have been buying for years because I thought they would be faster write speeds. It says the SD Extreme or SDXC UHS-1 or ultra high speed 2 micro SD card is required due to fast read and write speeds necessary for high resolution video data. But yet, if you look on their list on their website, they've got Samsung 64 gigabyte cards on there and everything.
I'm not too impressed with Samsung at all.
Which is odd. But I saw that Philip Bloom, which is what I was talking to you about, Ari. He said it takes 96 minutes to charge a battery, and you have to use a battery to have the drone sitting here and now USB-C connected to your computer and download the terabyte, which took him over 50 minutes to do.
Yep. And I really don't like leaving drones idling on a surface. You know, they all seem to get damn hot. So it's going to be, what's going to be interesting is to, move down the track a year or, 18 months and see if we start getting a high incidence of semi models failing.
Yeah, because that's a battery and a half almost just to download your video, right?
Yeah, but it goes right to the thermodynamics of the Mavic 2 Pro. Remember the line skipping and the binning that we were talking about on a 1-inch sensor because it would overheat?
But that was overheating in the camera housing, not in the drone itself. If you leave any drone, I don't care what it is, a Spark, a Mavic 2, a Phantom 4, you leave them sitting on the desk. How many of us have done a firmware update and you've got the drone sitting there and you've got to do it all and it takes you 30 minutes. You reach over to turn that drone off afterwards. It's damn hot.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, my Air 2 will sit and run the fan almost the entire time if I'm doing a firmware update.
I mean, this flaming Phantom 4, the one that belongs to the company I'm working for, because the way the Australian law works, if I'm flying a job, I have to fly theirs. I can't fly mine.
Yes, Trey, I would use a V90 UHS too. Sorry, Ari.
You turn that damn thing on, and the fan rattles like a box full of flaming marbles. The fan is flogged out. They run all the time.
It won't let me copy and paste from this friggin' PDF. I'm on the DJI manual page. It won't let me copy and paste it into the chat. I hate that. I hate when that happens. But I'm glad they finally use ultra high speed level 2. actually surprised they didn't go and give you a CFast option, like some of your cameras do, like the Z6, is it? That has
I
two
think-
CFast cards.
I think it comes down a lot to the quality of the card. I mean, technically, you do the numbers. You can get a 200 megabit stream onto a V30 card anytime. 200 megabits converts down to about 23 megabytes per second,
Right.
easily. But it depends on the card. I bought you were talking about Samsungs. I bought a lot of Samsung Evo Pros. Supposedly the all singing, all dancing. I didn't like them at all. I was getting framing and all sorts of issues. They were not writing at the speed that I expected. I was actually getting better results out of the SanDisk Extreme Pros, the red and black ones, than I was getting out of the Samsungs.
That's
I
what all
have
mine are.
two cards that have been with me for years, and they're UHS 2. The ADATA card.
Yep.
And the Lexar 1800 Pro 128 gigabyte card. I've had that card for 5 years. Since 2015 with the Inspire Pro, when I bought the Inspire Pro. That card has never let me down. But I can also say in all this time, I've only had one SanDisk card fail on me.
If you pay for the decent equipment to start off with, what do they say? A poor man pays twice.
Yeah.
You buy the right thing to start off with, and it'll pay dividends.
CDC's full of shit, Peter Carroll. Just saying.
It is because they throw
They wishy-wash
into
everything
one
they've
batch.
said. One day they say one thing, the next day they say the complete opposite.
I wish they'd make that video of Fauci having patents back from 2001
Whoa!
viral. I wish that would have went viral, but it didn't.
Things got bright in that upper left-hand corner.
Yep, from the neck up, brother. All right. Hey, I've got. Don't disagree, Ari. I've got.
Oh.
I got to nick off. I got to nick off, boys. Shit to do. I got to get to work. So I'd like to thank
toilet paper to deliver.
Wait,
Take care, mate.
One question. Lon, have you ever gotten a Calibrate compass warning? It says the compass may need to be recalibrated after the remote controller is used in an electromagnetic interference area.
I get that every flight on my Mavic 2 Pro, just about.
Well, do you really?
Every first flight of the day. Yes. After that,
I have found it varies from drone to drone.
The Mavic 2
Mavic
Pro, I was getting magnetic interference when I had put it down on the road, and I was wondering why.
That's fine because you got a lot of metals and all sorts of shit in the road that'll do that.
I
Footpaths
didn't used to get it though, man.
Yeah.
All right, Matt,
no,
thanks for having us on the screen. Can't hold that toilet paper back from the general public. Just try and
people-
deliver them some unused this time.
I tried launching from the car one time. What a mistake that was.
They
You
don't
forgot to
deserve.
open the windows, Jim.
No, I sat it on top of the car like a dumbass. Hey, it should have said, "Hey, idiot, you're on metal." Not even around metal, you're on it. You dumbass.
Hey, Brent said more cleavage, Matt.
Sorry.
More cleavage,
said-
Matt.
More cleavage. Gotta
More
take another
cleavage
button
for
down.
better tips.
Oh, and he launched from the car hood. Wow.
There you go.
I actually launch from the top of my car sometimes when I'm out flying
It
somewhere.
won't let me. The Mavic 2 Pro won't let me. It says
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
magnetic interference.
There
I get
too
that
doesn't.
magnetic interference with the Spark and the original Mavic Pro. If I'm anywhere near metal, I will get a magnetic interference.
I've
always
actually
have.
landed it on the top of my car a few times there too, and the Mini too.
Landing's
my
fine.
Mavic 2 Pros like that. I never have to use a metal detector to find underground cables. I just use the Mavic 2 Pro.
Just the depth that varies.
Yeah.
All right, got to roll, boys. Thanks very much, eh?
All right,
Take
see
care,
you
Matt.
later.
Justin,
Later,
Jim, everybody in the chat.
Good on you, man. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Hey, cheer, mate. Thanks. Hey, thanks for popping in, everyone in the chat there who popped in. Lorne Denard. Nice to see that footage too, Lorne. I'd like to I'd like to chat to you a bit more about that footage too at some point, because I did notice a few things in it which I'll be very interested to find out. And I think it's a post thing, to be honest, because I can't see it coming out the camera like that. No way in hell. But anyway, I'd like to have a chat about that at some point. But yeah, thanks very much again, everybody, for popping in and joining us again. And hopefully we'll do it all again, same time, same channel next week. And have a fantastic week and have a fantastic weekend. And hopefully we'll see you all again. As I said, I don't want to do that. I want to share this. We get to do it all again next week. All right, let's play this, shall we? And get the hell out of here. All right. Here's all. Thank you very much.